Azerbaijan seeks peace and wishes to normalize relations with Armenia,
said Hikmet Hajiyev, assistant to the president of Azerbaijan on foreign policy affairs, during a visit to Brussels this week where he met with journalists to discuss the situation following the liberation of Karabakh. Mr. Hajiyev said that
Armenia's illegal regime has now been disarmed and removed from the territory of Azerbaijan. This means that there are now no obstacles for a peace treaty between Armenia and Azerbaijan. We think that this is a historical opportunity to turn a new leaf and build a sustainable peace based on the 5 fundamental principles that Azerbaijan suggested to Armenia.
He continued,
the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe has failed to resolve the conflict. Although the Karabakh conflict has been one of the issues facing the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe since the very establishment of this institution, the Minsk Group Co-Chairmanship Institute has failed because the mission of that institution was to maintain and continue the occupation of Armenia against Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan's agenda is now about peace and the normalization of bilateral relations between Armenia and Azerbaijan. But any negotiation requires 2 sides to play their role, and Armenia should also perform her role and demonstrate positivity and goodwill. We have already submitted to the Armenian side a 5th revised version of the peace treaty. They have yet to respond.
Hikmet Hajiyev has went on to discuss Azerbaijan's intentions in its future relationship with Armenia.
We would like to build new regional security architecture in the region, based on the principles of justice, recognizing one another's territorial integrity and sovereignty, and ceasing all territorial claims on one another. I think that we should come to the conclusion of peace.
He emphasizes,
first of all, peace and regional security lies not in Brussels, not in Paris, not in Washington, or Moscow or somewhere else. Peace lies in the region itself.
Hikmet Hajiyev comments that
we have taken note of a recent unnecessary statement of the European Council putting unnecessary criticism against Azerbaijan. European institutions have never supported Azerbaijan during the occupation.
The assistant to the president then pointed out that
some EU member countries, like France, have started a militarization program in Armenia. Armenia doesn't need a militarization program. Armenia needs a peace program for its neighboring countries. We have always advised the member states, such as France, first, don't support separatism in Azerbaijan's territories. Second, don't support revanchism in Armenia.
However, he has stated that
appropriate European institutions should also be part of the solution, not the problem, to advance a peaceful agenda in the region of the social crisis.